So welcome back. So the last thing I want to kind of go over was actually trying to do troubleshooting for sensors, because it's kind of hard. So what you'll see here is when you deploy sensors, you're going to see inside of troubleshooting for somebody, you're going to see where it says sample received, and this is going to actually show you. So if we actually took this and copied it out, it's like I said, it's just not real, what you call user friendly trying to look at it. Just kind of how this stuff goes sometimes. So this shows you like all of the sensors that worked. Then if you go back and you look at, just it says sample received with error. So let's copy this out. I happen to like the old school notepad a little bit more for this. So this actually shows you, let's look, error occurred. So we're going to actually find one that actually helps here. So for this one here, for check battery, it says check battery returns is invalid because it's expected to be integer. And it clearly what it returns for check battery wasn't. So we can actually, well, why don't we take a look at this real quick, just for funsies. So we are looking at check battery returns, and this is how I would troubleshoot this stuff. So I figured it'd be good to show you. So we're going to be looking for something called check battery, right? Let us find this check battery. Here we go, check battery. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to run it in PowerShell and see what it actually returns. So we hit that command. Then we hit this command. So that's obviously problematic because I don't know if it's returning anything at all, to be honest with you. But so let's look at it one more time. And see, this does not apply for me. And this is a good example of things you should think about, right? So this machine is a desktop, which is why this particular sensor is not really helping me. And so all I'm doing is creating errors. So let's think about how do we actually do this better. So what we're going to do is and this is kind of, you know, your maturation of Workspace 1 and how you handle it. So we're going to create a smart group. We're going to call it CenterX Desktops. Actually, we'll call it CenterX Laptops, make it easier. And then let's see how we can have some fun with this. So let's look at what devices actually get pulled in here. So it's actually pulling all these laptops in there, which is not real helpful, right? So now we have to think about how can we actually improve this. So what we could do, let's think about this. So we know it's a Dell. So it's kind of helpful. So for laptops, we know what we typically have, right? So so we get 7400s. We're going to add in our 5310s. So what we'll actually do is so this is how I would normally do it, is search for lat, hit select all. Okay, and so this pulls in all these machines here, which is pretty cool. It's pulling in all the latitudes because we know that we only buy latitudes, which makes this particularly helpful. And so we're gonna hit save once this finishes iterating. And now what we'll do is we'll pop back in the sensors, because the idea with sensors is you want to try to keep it as clean and as effective as possible. And so now under check battery, I'll hit assign. I'm going to remove these. And with my new assignment, I'm going to add Sensor X laptops. Right? And so now we've kind of eliminated that particular issue. And this is the kind of stuff we look for, right? So obviously, and you'll get certain stuff that'll have, like, you know, no response and that kind of thing, and that's okay. And it'll repoll. So now we go back, we look at the machine. Why don't we look at the other particular one that was problematic? See, again, battery actual capacity and stuff like that. So you're going to find a couple of different things typically. You're going to find something like that where, you know, it's targeting a laptop or desktops when it shouldn't be. Or you're going to find stuff where one of the built-in sensors is going to say that it was supposed to be an integer and the response is actually a string, and you might have to go in and tweak it. And that's a lot of what I will deal with and what I'll run into is things like that. It's like I said, it's just all about getting your stuff cleaned up and getting it working optimally. Hopefully this was very helpful. Sensors are really, really useful, and you can use them in a lot of really great things. The one thing that I would, you know, criticize our friends at VMware about is for sensors to truly become great, we really need them integrated directly in to our experience, right? So when I go into a machine, I need them here at the forefront. They're not there yet. Hopefully they'll get there at some point, but I think that is where they'll truly become powerful. It's great that they're in intelligence, but we need more. I hope this was helpful. I hope everybody enjoys and has a great day.